Hey guys, welcome back to Cheney's TCG store. Today I have another market watch for you. Since we have two new sets coming, I figured I would take a look at some of the cards that might impact or have already impacted, especially with Spright, which if you didn't know and you're confused, Spright is actually just Spright. They just kind of changed the name for the TCG. That confused the hell out of me when they first did that. But yeah, so now Spright is Spright here. But with Spright and Tearlament's coming out. But the first card I wanted to take a look at is Sea Diva from OTS Tournament Pack 13. This has had several spikes and dips over the last couple of months with anticipation for this set, which is POT or Power of the Elements. But it's back up in price, almost completely bought out here. 24 listings left. Lowest is 11, and then bottoming out here towards 13 or 14. It's the card I talked about quite a bit. Hopefully you got them when they were still like $3 to $4. But then I think they went up to like 10, and then bottomed back out towards 5 or 6. And then I said, if you haven't gotten to this point, go ahead and get them. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and start selling some of mine at this point. But up to you with what you want to do. You can wait if you want to. I do think that this will be the dominant version of Spright to play versus the Nimble Beaver, but I think either one's fine. It doesn't really matter that much. Completely up to you. But let's move on. The next card, I actually figured out it was bought out because I had the list of this card on my store a while ago, and then it just sold out of nowhere. And I put it up for a pretty high price. I think it sold for like $28. And the last time I checked this card, it was like $10 to $12, so it's pretty surprising to me. But it's Millennium Eyes Restrict from Legendary Duelist Season 1 as a secret rare. As you can see here, it was riding around 17, 18. So, I mean, it's still kind of up in price from the last time I've seen it, but then it just spiked out of nowhere towards 34. Yeah, so it's 35 lowest now, going up towards 40. And it does have a ultra rare reprint, which I think is just slightly cheaper. We'll take a look real quick. But if this is something you have, you might want to consider offloading it, because obviously the only way to get it out right now is instant fusion, and instant fusion is at 1, so it's really not worth spending $35 on this. I just don't think it's worth it. The only reason I would even be playing instant fusion right now was if I was playing it in conjunction with like ready fusion to get out a vanilla monster. Like I know some people are talking about doing that for like Spright, getting a free level 2 monster, but I just wouldn't play one card to potentially go into like especially my extra deck. I don't have a lot of extra slots, so giving an extra slot to something that 99% of the games I'm not going to be able to go into, it just doesn't seem worth it. But 37 on the ultra rare as well, just really high. I would get rid of it, and the hype will die down, and this card will go back down. Probably pick it back up for like 15, 18. I don't know when they would reprint it, so I wouldn't be like counting on a reprint anytime soon. But just something to offload and get some cash on. Show All Beast. I know I've talked about this a ton. Market price still showing at 3, but I did just sell a copy for 5 yesterday. It looks like it's settled down a little bit, because at that time I think the lowest after mine was like 650. But now there's a couple listings here for 470. You have one here or 2 here for 5, but free shipping. Then it's back up towards 6. Here's mine. I need to list the rest of mine, but I kind of wanted to sell them one at a time. Maybe one of them sold, because I actually listed 2 up for $5.99. Because the one I had listed previously that sold yesterday was listed for $5, and I know I just put 2 up, so I'm guessing another one sold sometime today, because I haven't looked at my sales today yet. But yeah, bottoms out towards 10. I don't think it's going to sell for 10. I don't think you need to worry about that, but hopefully you picked them up when I talked about them, because they were, I think I picked mine up for $1.25 each, $1.50, something like that. But yeah, so basically like a 3 or 4x there, or 3x really, but not bad. Next, so one of the things I do, like sometimes when I'm looking for buyouts, is I'll just type in Yu-Gi-Oh on TCG Player, and then sort by best selling to see what's been selling the best. I'm sure a lot of people do that as well. And for whatever reason, this showed up like in the top 3 pages of best selling, which is surprising. I remember, if you know anything about cryptocurrency, Dogecoin got a lot of popularity last year because of Elon Musk. And because of that, a lot of people bought out this card because it looks like a Doge coin, basically. But these lowest now are $41. We'll refresh too, because this was, I think I pulled this up yesterday. I haven't refreshed it since. But yeah, it was $41 yesterday. We'll see where it's at now. I remember when this card was like $2 or $3 a couple of years ago when I was buying some of the anniversary pack cards. I didn't buy this one because I just didn't really care to get it. Yeah, so still $41 and near mint. It's probably criminal. Near mint going to be $65. Yeah, so if you have this, try to sell it. If I had a near mint, honestly, I would list it for $40 and see if I can get rid of it. It's not worth it whatsoever. What is today? Today is the 20th. So the whole buyout happened basically like in one day. Or I guess not one day. When were all the sales? Yeah, I mean, over the last couple of weeks, I can't believe people are spending that kind of money on this card. That's ridiculous. But honestly, as I was scrolling even further into the best selling list, there was a bunch of anniversary pack cards. I think people are kind of turning their attention towards this now. Best selling, yeah, it's still Shiba. I do have Red Eyes and I do have Celtic Guardian, but that's the only ones that I have. But let's do some filters here and see what these prices are going for. This is, you know, obviously not competitive, but just something I noticed. So I just wanted to take a look with you guys in case you have some of these, because these were cheap for the longest time. Okay. So Blue Eyes starting off at 110. That's fair because it's a unique art for this card. I don't feel like Blue Eyes and Red Eyes are bad for their prices. Red Eyes I actually think looks really cool at $60 here. Jinzo at 30. It's not bad, but at the same time, I think I would still just rather have a secret rare, which is what I have. Celtic Guardian is $25. I bought this card for literally like $5. So this has got bought out too. I'm getting ready to, should I list this card? I really like this card. That's the thing though. I don't really want to have to sell it, but yeah, I mean, it was market price $8 last year, which is when I bought it, I believe was sometime last year. And I think I paid like $7 or $8 for it. Not too much. But yeah, if you have these, you might want to list them up if you don't want them. I think I do have it here. I'll just show you to see what I do. The one thing I like about this set is that it doesn't have borders around the monster, so you kind of get like a full art type deal. Where is this card? Yeah, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I don't want to sit here and flip through cards, try to find it, but it looks good. Other than that, Buster Blader, $33. All these cards were really cheap. Summon Skull, 40. It's crazy too. This one is always thought was pretty cool too. I just never really went for it. Kind of wish I did because it was like $2 or $3 as well when I bought my Celtic Guardian and Red Eyes. But yeah, if you want to get that, you might as well get it now. It's still $10, $11. Not really that many listings left. Yeah, I guess, when did the anniversary pack come out? It's been a while now. I actually don't know the full story behind anniversary pack, like if that was like a retail pack or if that was something that came with like the magazine. I have no idea, honestly. Let me know if you know, but I have no idea. But I do know that these were much cheaper. Shadal Squamata, kind of the same thing with Shadal Beast. I don't really understand why people bought this card out. Because ideally, if you're playing this as a package in Tearlaments, you want to make the package as small as possible. And basically, when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send another Shadal card from your deck to the graveyard, but that just means you have to play more Shadal cards in your deck. So, I mean, I could see how it could be useful, you know, getting more fusion materials into your graveyard, but at the same time, it seems like you're kind of getting into a heftier package there on the Shadal side. But up to you. I did buy this, actually. I don't know why. I kind of just wanted to get higher rarity Shaddoll stuff. It was just like while I was buying the Shaddoll Beast, I just saw that the seller had these as well. So I only have two, but I'll probably be listing these up and try to get rid of them for $5 or $6 here. And if you have extra of these, I would probably do that too. I would maybe hold on to some though. Maybe like 1 or 2 copies, especially if you're going to play the deck, but I don't really see this seeing play. But especially for Shaddoll Beast, I'm going to keep a couple of copies just because Tearlaments will be good when they're initially released, but they are going to be really good later in the year after Darkwing Blast, and I think more people want to pick them up then. I don't know if Shaddolls will still be seeing play in Tearlaments at that point, but might be worth like hanging on to a couple of copies and waiting to see what happens. Up to you. I mean, at this point, it's already pretty high in price, so you could just take your profit if you want to. But if you're planning on playing the deck, then hopefully you got them for cheap when they were. But there also still are a lot of like other common and rare versions of these cards. So like if you still just wanted to kind of play it on a budget, that's still an option. Okay, totally awesome. I mean, this is no surprise here. We've been talking about this. I think everybody's pretty much in agreement that this was going to go up. $30 for the rares, absolutely insane. If you have these, sell them. Secret rares, $55 for the Megaton, which is honestly about where I expected it to be. It'll be interesting to see if it goes up from here, but I guess time will tell. I think too, people might be kind of on some kind of weird copium that Sprite's not going to be as good as it's been hyped up to be, and I think after some tournament results, that'll change their minds. I think a lot of people will be on Sprites initially and then maybe switch to Tearlaments later in the year. But Invasion of Vengeance, Secret Rare, $61 here. And I think probably near mints are towards 70, which is the exact price target I had for this card. If it's not at 70 yet, it will be. 64 for near mint. Yeah, so getting very, very close. I don't expect this to drop. It is 70 by the end of the page here. But yeah, that's mainly it. I'm trying to think if there was anything else, but I don't think so. I wanted to mainly just keep it short today. We'll try to do some more market watches this week. There just hasn't been too much going on, so I've been kind of waiting for some new product to come out to have something to really talk about. But yeah, we'll definitely once we get not as much so Legendary Duels Season 3, but once we get Power of the Elements, then we'll start doing a bunch of market watches because I kind of feel like that's going to shake up the market quite a bit. I actually have not been buying as many cards as I usually do recently, except for I did buy I guess this is important because I thought I announced this. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but I did buy a display case of Legendary Duels Season 3 and a booster box of Power of the Elements. We'll be opening Power of the Elements for sure as soon as we get it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be opening the Legendary Duels Season 3 yet or not. Kind of waiting to see what the prices are going to do. I did mention this. I think I did mention it on the channel before because I think I mentioned that I had bought them at the same time from the same seller, both the case of Legendary Duels Season 3 and Power of the Elements. So unfortunately, they're not going to ship it to me until Power of the Elements comes out, so I won't have Legendary Duels Season 3 this week, which is the release for that set. But that's okay because I probably wasn't going to open that set anyways. But I am pretty excited to open Power of the Elements. I definitely feel like that's going to be a very good set to open. Not too much. I'm not too familiar with if there's any generic cards in the set, but I just know we have 2 of what are probably going to be the best archetypes for the rest of the year. I think from what I've seen, there's been a couple of pre-sellers on eBay. So I think the most expensive one I've seen so far, I think is Spright Blue, I believe it's called. And I think that's a secret rare. And I think it's the only secret rare for Sprites. And it's like pre-selling for like $70, which is actually not too bad. I do think it'll go lower, but we'll have to see on that as well. Because I do feel like if if there's not a lot of secret rare cards in the archetype, maybe a lot more people would be inclined to pick up the archetype, which would push up the price of the one secret rare it does have. But I guess time will tell. It does have a couple of ultra rares there for sure. And Tearlaments, I have no idea what rarities those are coming in. So that's going to be a surprise as well. I don't know when the Power of the Element openings are going to come out. I probably should go check for that, but I haven't seen any come across my feed yet. But I'm pretty excited to see what rarity all the cards are going to be in. But thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Comment down below if there's any cards you want to look at next, or if there's like any kind of trends that you've noticed going on in the market. But thanks for watching. Bye.